The Mandarin's Death Dealer comes with several accessories inside packaging. So we have two pairs of hands. We have the weapon wielding hands over here and the relaxed hands, which it came in packaging. It also comes with the Build-A-Figure piece of Mr. Hyde's left arm. For the Build-A-Figure wave of Mr. Hyde, this is the most attractive figure in the batch. So the things to really mention would be the details on the robe, the texturing, and just the fine detail artwork on the edges of the robe. As you could see, the details on the belt buckle and the throwing knives, which are nicely painted and stored at the back of this figure. We also have really fine details on the forearm guards. There's some Chinese print of some sort on the forearm guards of the figure. Molded plastic red what do you call this, rope that holds the forearm guard to the forearm of the figure. That's really nice too. We have some details on the boots, and the most notable part on this figure is the head sculpt. So aside from that ponytail that we have there, the sculpting of the headpiece and the fine intricate painting on the forehead and the eye area, which is covered by the mask. The mask also has texturing and detail. What these two figures share in common is the lack of articulation or posability. Because one, for example, the Wenwu figure has a skirt piece on the waistline, which extends to the back portions of the leg. There is neither cut on this skirt piece on the left or on the right of the figure, which hinders articulation for the leg area. Now, this is much worse with the Death Dealer figure, which has a plastic robe on. So this plastic robe really is beautiful. It adds to the much finer detail of the figure. It hinders total possibility for the figure in the body, in the torso, and on the leg area. Though we have a cut on the right leg for the robe and a bigger cut on the left leg for the robe, it still doesn't give the figure justice to give it much posability. To make this Mandarin figure a more posable figure, you just have to get rid of this skirt piece. Now, the skirt piece is not attached by glue to the figure. It is just attached by a peg system, which is over there, that now, which makes this taking this skirt piece really an easy task because you don't have to deal with glue. Now just pinch the legs together and pull that skirt off, and voila, you have a really posable Mandarin figure. Now for the Death Dealer figure, the contact point for the robe, if you want to take the robe off this figure, is on the left side. So it's held, the robe is held together just by a light dab of glue. So it's easy to really just take it off like this. So just with a little touch of your finger, a little bit of pressure, not much, and you could able to take this contact point of the robe. So there is, as you could see, there is really not much glue there to hold this robe piece together. So however, there is a little, whoever applied this applied a little bit of glue to the side of the figure. So when you take this this robe off, there would be some material of the robe stuck to the torso of the figure. So here is the Death Dealer without this robe piece on. So this looks like a body sculpt from another figure. So I'm just guessing it could be the Marvel Legends, if I'm right, I guess this is the Ant-Man body. So from the neck to the torso to the foot and up to the foot, that I think that's a Ant-Man figure. So the only changes would be the head sculpt and the left and the right and the left arms, and of course they just slapped in a nice looking robe on the figure. However, there's also changes to the Ant-Man body figure mold. So instead of just black, they painted it silver, and also I think this also belongs to Ant-Man, but I could be wrong. Well, for whatever the effect, I love that when you take off the robe, this it looks like a piece of body armor, and the knee guards are also in line with the color of the chest or the body armor, which is silver. So still a nice touch. So with or without the robe, this figure still looks okay for me. Well, really depends on the toy collector. If you would like a very poseable figure, then you could take out the robe. If you want a more of a statue-like figure, then just retain the robe piece for the Death Dealer figure. Now I just wish that this figure came with weapon holding hands. So here is some customization ideas for the Death Dealer figure. So I took the hands off and changed it with a bullseye figure which had white hands. So the bullseye figure also had this throwing knife effect on him, so I just used this hand piece together with the weapon holding hand. So since the Wenwu or the Mandarin figure does not need any form of handheld weapons because he already has the 10 rings on him, so just give the this Wenwu weapon piece to the Death Dealer figure and swap hands. So either a white hand or a black hand will do. I just went with the white hand option because of the face paint on the head sculpt. So this is how it looks with this throwing knife effect on the left hand and weapon wielding hand on the right. So if you run out of throwing knives, you could always have a pair of pistols. So here is what the Death Dealer looks like with him dual wielding pistols to do the bidding of his boss, the Mandarin. So if the Mandarin is just way too lazy to use his 10 rings to lay waste to his enemy, he could always instruct the Death Dealer to really use some serious firepower like this. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe.